Hello, class. My name is Jeremy Guerrero. This is IN 310 at Indiana State University, and my topic that I chose for this final project is law enforcement intelligence training. Uh, an intro to law enforcement intelligence training is important for all levels of law enforcement. The largest audience is non-intelligence personnel. Uh, the main focus is the intelligence process. As we all know, the intelligence process is a very key concept when it comes to uh, gathering intelligence and intelligence distribution. And the main goal for intelligence training is to familiarize uh, employees and everyone with the intelligence process. The intelligence process, the main focus when it comes to training, because it is a key concept to grasp and to become a master of. Uh, it requires mental discipline, and a lot of us probably know, it's planning, collection, exploitation, analysis, and then it's dissemination. And it is also good to know that this is an always revolving step, and things that are always going to move because intelligence collection never does stop. Recruit training. Obviously, hours of training are needed. Intelligence is there for everyone. I think a lot of people kind of uh, think that intelligence is for the higher up agencies, when actually the local law enforcement departments can use intelligence and can use it for their advantage. And intelligence is proactive. It gets people in the field, and it is really important for people to collect intelligence to fight crime in their area. Patrol training is the best area to use and find intelligence. Patrol officers are the closest to crime, and therefore they come in contact with the more prevalent crimes in certain areas that they can find a use for. Um, Important to collect their observations. Again, they're front line for us. They see and hear things that a lot of people don't hear on a day-to-day basis. And field information can be key. Again, patrol training is a huge step, because I think um, you can focus in on certain crimes in certain areas to possibly lower crime rates. Investigations training. Um, Intelligence specific officers are needed in departments, to specify what they need for certain crime prevention tactics. Patrol officers and intelligence investigators need to work together. We learn through intelligence classes that information sharing is a very big key when it comes to a successful department or a successful agency, because sharing information can help narrow down and make the intel that we gather more accurate, for policymakers and the higher ups in the hierarchy. Many hours are needed, obviously, for investigators when it comes to intelligence training, there because they are going to be the most strenuous. Command officer training, main focus on intelligence-led policing, on how intelligence-led policing can work in a department. Training can help on all aspects of the department. In-house training does not work as well. Take time to master. When I mean in-house training doesn't work as well, bringing in other agencies that may have law enforcement intelligence already within our department can share how certain thing works and how certain other things work. And again, it's not always going to be a cookie cutter kind of idea, but sharing ideas can help. Training intelligence officers. This should be the longest training. Again, the intelligence process is important. Uh, as you can tell, the intelligence process is a key to training, just so they can have a firm grasp on what and how intelligence is processed and then disseminated. Focus on certain crimes they will confront and learn by doing. And learn by doing is uh, basically just get them out in the field and show them how intelligence can impact the community when it comes to lowering crime rates and certain crimes in certain areas. And again, the main focus um, on certain crimes, I think, can help with patrol officers getting out there and focusing in on a certain crime in a certain area, like car thefts on a certain street or burglaries on another. And they can really focus in on the key trends that intelligence can show. The Harris model of 1976 is intelligence theory on organized crime, crime in a jurisdiction, and ethics and integrity and analytic techniques. And this was one of the first models of intelligence policing. And again, it may be outdated, but I think looking back at some older models and more modern models can help really identify what works and what does not work in the police department. And different police departments can choose what does work for them and what does not. And again, what may work for another may not work for a certain department. Another one is the Global Intelligence Group model. It is a multi-agency intelligence group, created criminal intelligence officer training. Hours of training are required, and it's an 8-step work process. Again, it is, I think, very important to have these kind of groups out there for this newer model of policing. I would say it's, again, I think it's the future, and I think a lot of agencies are already starting to turn toward this intelligence-led policing kind of form of combating crime. And I think groups like this that have experience and that have officers already trained and mastered this intelligence-led policing aspect can really help all agencies around the country. Another one is the Royal Canadian Mounted Police model. It's a 4-block program, lasts up to 3 weeks. It's 15 days in total, 5 days per week, 116 hours in total training time. Again, this is another model that has been successful for Canada, and I think it's, like I said, important to take other models from other countries, even and other models within the country as a whole, to really fine-tune what works and what does not work for a certain department. The next one is intelligence analysts. Training is the most rigorous for these individuals. There needs to be different levels of training. I think when it comes to this, the higher ups obviously are going to have a little more training hours, more than the patrol officers, I would say. A few different ways to train officers as well. Instructor competencies. Focus on training the trainer in specific competencies. Again, training the trainer, it also helps with fine-tuning the masters, whoever has the master capability within the department. I think training them on the newer, more modern tactics that come available within the years. The specific competencies that you can see is having a 4-year degree, having 3 years of experience in the field, can really set someone up for a good resume, and using them to go out to other agencies and really teaching them more modern techniques that may be working, and again, sometimes that might not work for them. In conclusion, intelligence training is critical. Intelligence-led policing is the future, I believe. Trainers should be certified and combine intelligence experience and instructional excellence. And when I say intelligence-led policing is the future, I really do think this next step with the technology that becomes available and information sharing throughout the departments, I think it is huge to understand that this is where the future is going to take us, and I think it's very critical to start implementing this into all the agencies around the country.